What's going on? Ellis in the building, and I represent Sensory Overload. And today, I have 5 fragrances for you from the House of Dua that's going to be perfect for the office environment. All right, listen, I used to work at a company where my office was on the 15th floor. So, taking the elevator, it used to feel like a little bit like that Bow Wow and Sierra music video when, the door opens up and then the Sierra right there, like, oh, shoot. Sometimes you got a baddie that's gonna come in the elevator, all right? That being said, you wanna make sure you look good, you smell good, you got a little, small talk conversation, you feel me? But don't be getting all caught up now. In the words of Dr. Umar, it's business before back shots, all right? So, I still got you something just to, create a compliment factor. Make sure the elevator ain't smelling funky because you never know who's in there before you. So you're gonna have a nice little scent bubble with some of these fragrances that I'm going to suggest. The first fragrance that I will suggest, though, is going to be inspired by Eau de Lacoste L.12.12 White. So pretty much it's going to be a white bottle from Lacoste, okay? And this right here is known as White Croc. White Croc. Grapefruit, rosemary, cardamom, yangling, tuberose, suede, leather. You have Virginian cedarwood and vetiver. This fragrance here is going to be classified as a woody, aromatic fragrance. It is fresh, it is clean, has simplicity to it because it's not going to be a complex fragrance, all right? Has a little touch of elegance to it as well, and a nice touch of masculinity. Listen, this is perfect for the office because it's also very inoffensive. And I think that's important when it comes to working in spaces where you interact with a lot of individuals, especially when it's face to face and things of that nature. What you're not trying to do is either wear something that's pungent and now they getting like headaches and they just disgust it. And you want to make sure that you wear something that's a bit inoffensive. Because everybody really isn't into the fragrance game like we are. You get me? Or like some of us are. Because whoever's watching, you may just be like, man, I just need a good fragrance for work. Or if you're a collector like myself, you know what I mean? You gotta be mindful of which fragrances you're wearing for the occasion. So, with that being said, White Croc is gonna be perfect for the office. Fresh, clean, simple, with a touch of elegance, very inoffensive. Number two. So number two is actually gonna be an OG fragrance, all right? This joint came out back in 1993. But it still holds its own pretty well for what it's worth. It may smell a bit dated, but for the right person, this would be the perfect fragrance for them. This is going to be inspired by Chanel Platinum Egoist. This right here is going to be called hashtag Young Ego. Hashtag Young Ego. You have lavender, rosemary, petitgrain from Paraguay, clary sage, geranium, amber, oak moss, and vetiver from Haiti. Okay? The fragrance is going to be fresh, a bit eloquent, sophisticated. All right. So when that's a bit more mature, this is going to be perfect for you. Okay. It's going to be for a good, confident individual. All right. So it's fresh, but like I said, it has a bit of maturity to it, sophistication, some elegance, and it is eloquent. I can see how this was a good staple back in the 90s. It does kind of give you that throwback vibe. However, it is still a good smelling fragrance. Like I said, I think it's going to match somebody that's maybe a bit more older. We're going to go with 30s and up. They could pull this off. If I was like a 21-year-old young professional, this wouldn't be my suggestion for you. But someone that's in their 30s and up, I think you could pull this off with no problem. The scent profile kind of matches that age. You feel me? Overall, a good fragrance that will work for the office. I think this is a better one. This is a better fragrance. So you kind of dress it up a little bit. Throw that button up on it. If you're gonna wear a tie, you can do that too. You know what I'm saying? But this doesn't give me a t-shirt vibe. You know what I mean? Like, tidy it up a little bit. I think this fragrance will complement you well. So, inspired by Platinum Egoist by Chanel, I have for you right here, hashtag Young Ego. Number three. So with number three, we're going to still stick with that 90s era vibe. But this one is going to go a bit different direction than Chanel Platinum Egoiste. This one I think is more of a timeless fragrance and it aged well, all right? It still could hold its own in 2025. This is going to be inspired by Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Dua. What I have for you right here is Acqua di Dua. Acqua di Dua. Lime, lemon, bergamot, jasmine, orange, mandarin, neroli, sea notes, Sloan, peach, freesia, cyclamen, hyacinth, rosemary, violet, coriander. You have some nutmeg in here, mignonette, white musk, cedar, oak moss, patchouli, and amber. Man, let me get a good spray. Whew. I love this fragrance. This is one of my favorite fragrances. It's going to be a nice, fresh, aquatic fragrance. You're going to get hit with that citrus and sea notes. This fragrance really has aged well. When I go travel, this is like my go-to fragrance because I know I'm going to be like, bunched up next to somebody in the airplane. I know this is going to be very inoffensive. And this is why I think it's perfect for the office. And honestly, every time I wear this to the office, I do get compliments. Like it smells good off the skin. Great sillage, okay? Great scent bubble. And it just doesn't smell like it came from the 90s. It really has aged well, still has a timeless aspect to it. All right? I think anybody could pull this off. This still has a nice youthful appeal all the way up to somebody that's a bit more older, all right? So if you need 20s, you could definitely pull off Acqua di Dua. I promise you, you'll be okay. You feel me? My folks, 30s and up, we already know what it's hitting for. You know what I mean? So we good, fellas. We good, all right? So if you want something that's going to be aquatic, fresh, timeless, and still mass appealing, I really got to say you got to get the C collection. I got to suggest this, all right? Inspired by Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Dua. What I got for you right here, Acqua di Dua. Number 4. So number 4 is a compliment getting fragrance. And honestly, it caught me off guard how many compliments I have gotten off of this particular fragrance. It's going to be inspired by MFK Gentle Fluidity Silver. All right. So MFK, if you don't know that brand or if it sounds a bit familiar to you, Baccarat Rouge. That's the same creator. Okay. So they got this freshie right here, and it's a good one. All right. It's different than what you're going to get with Baccarat Rouge, so don't expect that same vibe. But the one I have from Dua is going to be called Silver Fluid. Silver Fluid. Indonesian nutmeg, Macedonian juniper berries, muscatcord, coriander. You have ambery woods, and you're going to have some vanilla in here. This right here is going to be a nice, aromatic, freshie. The juniper berries, you're going to get it, okay? This is going to have a bit of a gin and tonic freshness affiliated with the fragrance. But it's clean, it's sophisticated, it's a bit elegant, a bit more mature. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody in their 20s really rocking this. But this is a compliment getting fragrance. I was so surprised that when I rocked this, some of the feedback that I got from this, you know what I mean? Perfect for the office. That freshness is just, that's what makes it so appealing. It's bright, you know what I'm saying? It's elegant, it's lively. So, if you want something that has a bit of luxurious touch to that freshy aspect, I suggest that you get your nose on Silver Fluid, which is inspired by MFK Gentle Fluidity Silver. On to the next. Last but not least, this fragrance is going to be inspired by John Varvatos Artisan Pure. This right here is going to be called Purest Artisan. Purest Artisan. Clementine, mandarin orange, lemon, marjoram, bergamot, thyme, petitgreen. You also have some ginger, woodsy notes, musk, amber, and orris root. This fragrance right here is one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. Very inoffensive, citrus heavy, bright, invigorating. This works well in a professional setting, all right? It has the compliment factor. It has the mass appeal to it. It's inoffensive. It's clean. It's low key, kind of sexy too. I get compliments with this quite often, and I have worn this on dates numerous times, and it just gets the job done. So with John Varvatos, I've heard that the longevity issues has been an issue, has been a problem with it, right? So it's not projecting that well, and it's becoming a skin scent relatively quick. With this, it fixed all those issues. You're gonna have a nice scent bubble, great sillage. It just projects well. It smells very good. Okay, suitable for many other situations. Great daytime wear, great summer vibes, but definitely suitable for the office as well. So, with that being said, inspired by John Varvatos, Artisan Pure, what I have for you is Purest Artisan. All right. So, I gave you 5 fragrances for the office. All right. You want to be smelling good. You know what I mean? Have the elevator smelling good when you walk up in there with your coffee, dressed good, looking good, feeling good, ready to make some money and handle business. So, with that being said, make sure you smell your best and you stay blessed. All right. I'm going to catch you next time. Peace.